All right. All right. All right. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2. Am I live? Testing 1, 2. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's see if we're live. How's everybody doing today? Oh, we're going to get into a nice discussion today. And listen, this is going to be a discussion. This is going to be a discussion. I am not on here trying to pretend to be the expert of anything. I am not pretending to be the expert of any one thing. Hey, mommy, how you doing? Even my mother's here. What's up, mom? I'm gonna be called a simp just because my mom is here watching and she's showing support. But I want this to be a discussion. I may even have an opportunity for you guys to call a number and share your thoughts on the topic that we're going to be discussing today. Real Talk 87. What's up, my brother? How you doing today? If you guys can just do me a favor, let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. How's the sound? If it's good, please let me know in the chat that the sound is good. I want to make sure that the audio is up to par. I want to make sure the audio is up to par, especially since I just got this new Zoom PodTrack P8. Hey, you good? Thank you, bro. That's what I need. You guys to hear me, especially on this topic. So again, I will be giving you guys an opportunity later in the live stream to be able to share your comments by calling in. Your face won't be on camera. It'll just be your voice. I'm not about that life of putting people on blast and humiliating them on camera. Like, yeah. Nor will this be an attack on anybody because lately I've been feeling attacked. Honestly, no, I'm lying. I don't feel attacked because you got to be close to me to attack me. I can care less what people say. But for the past maybe week, my comments notification has been lit up with insults and name calling from the manosphere, the men out there who are in support of Kevin Samuels, as if I was saying something extremely negative about the man or I'm attacking who he is as a person. And I didn't. I just challenged some of the things he was saying. And it just seems like people get overly sensitive when you challenge what other people say, especially if they follow them extremely closely, which makes it hard for there to be critical dialogue or any specific thing because we tend to, like blind sheep, automatically line ourselves with whoever it is that says something that makes us feel good about ourselves. And Mr. Samuels is not off on everything. He's on point with a lot of things. So, and I can say that, and I will say that, and I'll admit that. Like, I don't have anything against Kevin Samuels. He's doing a great thing. He's encouraging men to be a little bit more vocal, which I agree. He's also addressing some of the toxic behaviors that women have out there. So I see what he's doing, and I can't be mad at him for it. Just some of the things I disagree with, and that's okay. But man, I've been my comments have been crazy. Kid you not, just 30 seconds ago, I got a comment and a person. I'm assuming it's a male. In quotations, just said simp, S-I-M-P. Hey, it is what it is. You can call me whatever you want. I have my own ideas. I'm a man at the end of the day. And you know who don't think I'm a simp? My wife. All right. So, man, thank you so much for sharing me out, bro. We're going to get into a nice discussion. And again, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to call in. I won't drop the number yet because I don't want you guys calling in yet. I do want to give a little bit of a commentary before I get started with this. But again, please share this video out. If you have not done so, please hit the like button. And I'm going to give you an invitation. Subscribe to the channel. Please. Hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. Real Talk says, I've been called a simp for whatever reason. First off, and there's one thing that I could say, and if anybody knows Real Talk 87, that is furthest from, like, you could accuse me. You couldn't accuse me of being a simp. Okay, you could. Real Talk 87, you can't. And honestly, you wouldn't want to, and especially if you're face to face with homeboy. We're talking about that talking life. Unless it's about beneficial stuff. So I'll say that. Shanita Marie randomly, thank you so much for coming through the chat. We have Real Brother 32. Andrea, what's up? Kane E. Moore's in the house. And my mother's in the house. How you guys doing? Hey, my life with Nia, as Nia. My life as Nia. How you doing, Nia? Good that you could make it. I'm glad that you're here. A Real Brother says, simp is a word used when someone is jealous of you being able to do something when they can't. I agree. Very good assessment. I can't, LOL. I guess we're all simping for something or someone. And that's the thing, right? By definition, according to their definition, by them even responding to my my video and calling me a simp really does say that they're simping for Kevin Samuels. I'm able to critique, listen to everything and critique it, think critically about what I'm hearing, and don't just align myself with whoever it is that says something that I agree with. Because whenever you do that, you elevate them to a place of extreme importance. Therefore, you're a simp for that person. Like I had to really look up that meaning because I'm like, people call me a simp. I heard it so many times. So let me Google simp. So I went to the Urban Dictionary, typed in simp, and it told me the definition. I was like, wait a minute, that's what they're doing in the chats. But either way, but you guys got to go back to the videos and read the comments because it was, man, I've never been insulted so much in my life. But you know what insults do to me? It sharpens me. It encourages me to keep going. I don't mind getting insults because it could be true and then I need to improve, or it could just expose their insecurities for a man like myself who they may be intimidated by. So they got to insult. In fact, that's what children do. When children are unable to verbalize intelligently what they want to say, they hit and they insult. So yeah, as long as your wife is happy. Facts. All right, guys. So let's get into the discussion. Let's talk about characteristics of a true alpha male. Now, mind you, people are going to come in the chat and say it's all subjective. And I agree. It is subjective for a couple of reasons. We get that term alpha from animals, specifically the wolf. Okay. The term alpha is commonly related to pack life, pack culture, wolf tendencies and things like that. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. And we're going to talk about why, and probably even from the very beginning, what will automatically qualify some men from being alpha, because alpha is that term now that's sort of like king and queen. Like everybody's calling each other king. Everybody's calling each other queen. And no one's earning those titles. They're just given it. And we have become entitled to think that we are alpha men because we think a certain way or act a certain way, but really you're not. You're not. And there's some characteristics within alpha tendencies that some men just don't have. Okay. Let me get into the chat. As long as you're facts, I don't even agree with the alpha male, beta male term as it is, but I'm definitely listening. So now here's the thing, real. As I was, I never really talked about being alpha male or beta male, like, because the truth of the matter is this, and this is what really does it for me. Alpha males claim to be ones that hang out with each other. So if you're all alpha males, then who's the alpha male within you guys? Because somebody has to be the beta. Someone has to be the one after the beta. So it's really not meant for humans, because humans are communal animals, communal people, communal creations that work together. And yes, there's leaders, but it's not really an alpha like there are in the animal like there is in the animal kingdom. And we'll get into that. But since people want to go on with the term alpha, we're going to dissect that term alpha, look at some of the characteristics of animals that operate in the alpha lane, that alpha position, and see how they behave and act and how it would translate to being an alpha male or alpha man. And truth be told, right? Within pack culture, especially among wolves, males are not the only alphas. A female can take the alpha position, and we're going to talk about that too. All right. So let's get into the discussion. Before I go any further, I want to dedicate this show to a friend of mine that I lost yesterday. I woke up to the news on January 1st that my friend Kenson, John, we called him Kenny, he passed away. Kenny was like a brother to me. We were like family. His family really adopted my family at a time where I was really struggling. His brother Cappy is one of my all-time best friends. He passed away last night or the night before in his sleep. So actually, my son, Nathaniel, he is, doing Morehouse online, but he works, where he works closer to where they live. So he's been staying with them. So they all woke up to the news that Kenny passed away. So if you guys can do me a favor and just keep the John family in your prayers, it's tough because he was my age. So please keep him in your prayer. Thank you. All right. So this show is dedicated to the alpha man, Kenny John. All right. Love you, bro. And you knew the Lord, so we see each other again soon. Thank you. All right. Not about to tear up, not about to cry. All right. Let's get into this topic. Okay. Characteristics of a true alpha male. Oh, and thank you guys so much for your words. Please keep them in prayer. All right. So now, prerequisite. Okay. We have a lot of people out there calling themselves alpha males. All right. And a lot of people out there want to insult others by calling them beta males, because I've been called a beta male. Okay. If you guys, by characteristics, I'm far from it, but I don't consider myself an alpha, beta, or whatever. I consider myself a man. Okay. Yeah. Alpha male cries too. Thank you. True. We do. All right. But here's a prerequisite. Okay. And this is going to offend the manosphere like to no end. Like, I'm going to have men upset with me for saying this. And if you guys want to do me a favor, I'm going to say it. This part right here, you guys can clip and share it out. Okay. For you to be an alpha male, you have to be leader of a pack, a family, a community, a tribe, something. You cannot just be an alpha male and not be leader of a pack. Come on, like prerequisite, automatic. There is no such thing as being an alpha anything if you are not the leader of your pack. Period. Done. So if you are not the leader of a pack, if you're not a leader of a community, if you're not a leader of a tribe, you cannot be an alpha anything. An alpha anything. All right. So you guys are going to be upset. I'm calling you guys out. You can't be an alpha male. All right. By definitional characteristics, if you are not leading people. What's been happening is that, especially as of late, people have been confusing alpha male with the ability to tell another female the truth about their behavior. That alone does not make you an alpha male. That means that you're able to tell the truth about somebody's behavior. If you are not a leader of a pack, if you're not leader of a community, a tribe, or whatever, you are disqualified from the discussion of you being an alpha male. It hurts. I'm probably sure I touched a few of your emotional strings, but it is what it is. Like, don't come to me with this, Dre, you're a beta male, which I don't ascribe to any of that stuff. But don't come to me, Dre, you're a beta, and you don't know who I am, what I've done, because I'm the leader of my family. I am the alpha in my family. Okay, and we're going to go into even deeper, right? Because we want to be called, and I'm talking about men in general, and some men want to be called an alpha male. They want to be considered an alpha male because they can put a woman in their place. Alphas earned their place to be leader of a pack. They don't just come in and beat their chest and all of a sudden everybody lines up and say, oh my gosh, you're an alpha male. I'm gonna love you forever and give you my respect. And it doesn't work that way, man. It don't. Real Talk says, I beat to my own drum. According to their definition, everybody is betas because they're all following somebody else, especially following somebody else's definition of alpha, beta. I'm just a man, period. Speak that truth, Real Talk. Real Talk is speaking truth. Yes. Okay. Period. Next. They earn the respect of the pack. It's not given to them because they're born with a penis. They earn the respect of a pack. They earn it. We live in a time where this upcoming generation, and I'm gonna say it because some of you guys are probably gonna watch this video and then insult me in the chat or in the comments or in the whatever. We live in a time where a lot of men who are following the manosphere, and I'm not just saying Kevin Samuels, following Kevin Samuels, just that whole manosphere space, because I've been doing a lot of research lately about it. A lot of the men seem entitled and immature in thought. Some of them are dope. Like some of them say some really dope things and they want to encourage men to be better. But it's the men that are more the followers in that space that just tend to blindly follow, and really their betas following those alpha males according to their definition. All right. But if you are considering yourself an alpha and you want to consider yourself an alpha and you haven't earned the respect of the pack, then you're not really an alpha. Period. Next, the pack acknowledges and confirms the alpha. The pack acknowledges and confirms the alpha. The alpha doesn't tell themselves, I'm going to be the alpha of this pack. And then he becomes the alpha or the leader of the pack. Doesn't happen that way. They have to be acknowledged and confirmed by the pack. Okay? Otherwise, there's going to be resistance. Always. Let me get some. I got some ginger tea here. It's really good. I'm feeling fine. I just like the taste of ginger. So, if you have not been acknowledged by a pack, confirmed by a pack, tribe, community, whatever, you cannot consider yourself an alpha male. You have to be leader of a pack to be an alpha male. You know who are alpha males? Husbands who are leading their families. You know who are alpha males? Single fathers who have stepped up to the responsibility of raising their kids. You know who's alpha males? People in the community that are looking to protect their communities. So, if you're not a leader of a pack, if you're not leader of your family, and I'm going to say this, and listen, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. If you are one of those men out there fathering many children by different women and you not taking care of them, you are automatically disqualified from the discussion of you being an alpha male. That's it. I shouldn't even have to go any further. But I will. But I will. But I will, okay? They're going to watch this and get angry at me, but it is what it is. Now, here's the flip side to this. Some of the men in the manosphere appreciate when women are told the truth. I appreciate that too. By no means do I believe that a man should dilute the truth in a way to not tell the full truth to save a woman's feelings. There's ways that we're able to tell the truth and uplift them to a higher elevated place for themselves. But on the flip side to that, men don't like to hear the truth either. And once another man tells another man, once a man tells another man the truth about themselves or our demographic, then all of a sudden they're a simp. So it's not that I'm a simp. It's just that you're sensitive and you don't want to hear the truth. Because if you know, like Real Talk and Shanita Marie and our panel, they all know, like the men in the panel, I have a different approach than all the others, but we're not shy about telling women what we feel and the truth about it as well. So next, another thing that men who consider themselves alpha males are supposed to do is they are provider for the pack. They are the provider for the pack. Another thing, they're a protector of the pack. If you're not a provider or protector of anything, you cannot be an alpha. you can think that you have an alpha mentality because you think of yourself better than you really are. You're not really an alpha. You can't say I'm an alpha. You have to be an alpha. You don't say I'm an alpha. You be an alpha. All right. So you ought to be a provider if you're an alpha. You ought to be a protector if you're an alpha. You're providing for something other than yourself. You're providing for your pack. You're providing for your family. If you're not doing that, you're not an alpha male. If you're not protecting your pack, if you're not protecting your community, if things can go down in your community and you're silent about or you're complicit, you're not an alpha male. You're not. It is what it is. You're not an alpha male. Alpha males provide and protect for their pack, for their community, for their people, for their oikos, for their tribe. And if you don't do that, you're not an alpha. If all you do is this, you're just a little puppy barking. You're not a wolf howling. You're not a leader of a pack. You're just running your mouth. Next, alphas are hunters. Now, I've heard this before, right? Alphas are hunters, so they're out there hunting, right? And usually when they speak about alpha males being hunters, they're referring to hunting women and being, and seeking out women. But true alphas, when they hunt, they're hunting for the benefit of the pack and themselves, okay? Alphas hunt. Alphas hunt food to provide for their pack. And also, I've heard this before, alphas eat first. And yes, alphas eat first, but they don't eat alone. And when alphas eat, they hunt, eat first, and make sure that there's enough for the whole pack to eat. So if we are going to go into this discussion of being an alpha male, we have to go all the way in with the discussion of what really makes up an alpha male. And this is according to your definition of what an alpha male should be. Okay. So they're hunters, meaning that it connects with the provider. They hunt for the benefit of the tribe, the benefit of the pack, not just the benefit of themselves. Next, number 5, because I did 1 was that they must be a leader of a pack. You can't be an alpha male without being a leader of a pack. 2, they are providers. 3, they're protectors. 4, they're hunters. 5, they're confident. They're confident. Alpha males are confident. Not in a way that they can just speak up for themselves when they're insulted. They're confident in the sense that if somebody insults them, they'll rub it off because it really doesn't mean nothing to them because they know who they are and they're confident in themselves. Confidence. They have, number 6, they have self-control. Self-control means that even though they may be considered a high-value man, according to the definition of what high-value men are in the manosphere, even though they will be considered a high-value man and women may be throwing themselves at him, he's able to practice self-control, understand what would benefit him and his legacy, and not dive into every open leg that is offered to him. Alpha males. See, a lot of times what we tend to do is we'll come up with terms like alpha males, and then we try to fit it so that it makes us feel good about ourselves and justify the negative activities that we do. I'm not doing that today. Not doing it. Not doing it. All right. I call out toxic behavior and the inability to practice self-control is a toxic trait, and it's not the mentality of alpha males, period. So if you cannot practice, here's the thing about alpha males, right? We think alpha males as being aggressive and strong and right? But real alpha males lay in the cut. They're watching. They're assessing. They speak up when it's time to speak up. They let all the other beta males beat up their chest because they know their position as alpha. They don't have to do that. They know their position as alpha. So they approach things calm. They're collected. They're chill. Because they know their position. Alpha males don't have to check a female the way the manosphere say a woman needs to be checked. Because according to pack culture, a woman can even be an alpha. All right. But many women out there, I'm not saying all, many women out there would gladly accept the position of the beta, submit to the alpha, if the alpha gives them something to submit to, which goes into earning the respect of the pack and the pack acknowledging and confirming the alpha. You guys can clip that up and share that out too. That was a nugget. That was a nugget. Come on. Come on. That was a nugget. All right. Next. Self-control. We talked about that. They got to have self-control and they have to be able to not dive into every single fleshly desire because they're an alpha male and alpha males do that. Alpha males don't do that. All right. Number 7, they're knowledgeable. Knowledgeable. And I'm not talking about like just formal education as in that they earn degrees. Oh, thanks, bro. Please do. Please do. So they're knowledgeable, right? Like, and I'm not saying that they've got degrees. That can be part of it. But I know some of the smartest men that I know, right, only graduated high school. They don't have any degrees, but they can school, Neil deGrasse Tyson on a couple of things. Okay. What I'm saying is they're knowledgeable on things, many things, an array of things. They're well read. They're able to speak on or learn from any specific situation. Okay. When you're knowledgeable, and here's a trait of a knowledgeable person, somebody who's willing to sit and listen and learn so that they can disseminate the information and give it to somebody else. That's part of being knowledgeable. So being an alpha male doesn't mean that just because you're sitting and learning from another person or another male makes you an automatic beta. That means that you're knowledgeable and you're soaking in information, because if you don't know, then you listen so that you could know, so that you eventually could know. All right. So they're knowledgeable. They're well read. They listen. They learn. They soak up information. They don't soak up propaganda. They don't soak up information only that tickles them, their ears, and make them feel good about themselves. They soak up all information and they're able to be balanced with it all. They're critical thinkers. If you're knowledgeable, you're a critical thinker. You take in all the information and you decipher it and think critically about it before you come up with a solid conclusion about any specific thing. A lot of men out there aren't doing that. So they're in the chats and my videos coming at me because I'm doing that. Like I said, I have nothing against KS. I appreciate his platform and what he's trying to do. I just don't agree with everything, and that's okay. Next, if you're knowledgeable, you got to be a strategist. You got to be a strategist. Alphas are strategists, right? There was that movie with Liam Neeson where a pack of wolves was killing all of his people.
As a noun, killing is usually defined as...
Echo, I didn't ask you that. Never mind.
Thanks for letting me know, so I can learn from my mistakes.
Did you guys hear that? All right. So, so in the movie, the wolves, and I know this is a movie, but they did research about wolf behavior and pack behavior. In the movie, the wolves didn't just go killing everything, all the people. They strategized. They looked at the pack of humans, and they picked out who was the weakest, and they got the weaker one. And every time they got the weaker one, they went for the next weaker one. They strategized. They surrounded. Right? You know who else? What other animal is a pack animal? Killer whales. Killer whales. What I respect about killer whales, what I respect about wolves is this. By themselves, they can kill probably any animal, deer, whatever they want, or sea animal, seals, whatever. But they choose to work in cooperation with one another for the common good of the pack. So the wolves would strategize in killing their mark. Killer whales would strategize with killing their mark, and then they share in the spoils. It's pretty dope. You guys got to look that up, man. It's amazing. But they're strategists. Alphas are strategists. They tell the people in their pack what to do, not so that they can feel good about themselves as a leader, but so that the pack, the community, would be uplifted as well. All right. Next, here's a trait that has been lost in the conversation of alpha males. Alpha males are loyal in relationships. Loyal in relationships. They're loyal in their romantic relationships, in their familial relationships, in their phileo relationships, meaning that with their brothers and friends, and in their business relationships. They're loyal in all of those. If you're not a loyal person, and I'm not talking about loyal in the sense that you can go into somebody's chat and insult them because he doesn't agree with the person that you align with. I'm talking about real loyalty, where you will support the people within your circle by any means necessary. If you're not loyal to that end, then you're not really an alpha. If you are quick to cheat on your wife, your spouse, you're not an alpha. If loyal in relationships, take away about 90% of these so-called alphas, right? If you're not loyal in a relationship, these so-called alphas are automatically disqualified by it. Hey, Fatima, Fatima, how you doing? Good to see you. Right? So you got to be loyal in relationships, romantic relationships, family relationships, meaning that if you created a child, you better be loyal to that child and in the upbringing of that child. That's alpha male mentality. Even if you're not living in the home, alpha males take care of their seed, take care of their offspring. All right. And alpha males think strategically about creating families. They're not out there having sex with whoever they can. And if a slip up happens, they're like, oh man, now I'm gonna have a child. Alpha males think ahead of the head of the way, choose the right person to have their children with, be loyal to that person, be loyal to the family, and that's what makes an alpha male. Alpha males are also loyal to their friends, their inner circle, their cousins, their best friends, their whatever friends. They're loyal in that sense as well. A lot of times, you can point out what an alpha male would look like, or who would be in a group of friends, because that's that person that everybody tends to look to for advice, for support, and that alpha is loyal. So that group of friends silently, without even knowing it, place that person in the position of alpha among their friends, not because this person beat their chest and they demanded that position. It's because this person showed loyalty to their friends, support for their friends. Therefore, the pack acknowledged that person and confirmed that person quietly as the alpha in that pack. Real Talk says, they say your friends are a reflection of you. That is absolutely true. That's even biblical. Your friends are a reflection of you. Okay. And again, it's difficult to be an alpha male among other alpha males, because then who's the alpha male among those in that alpha male community? Which is, again, why I align with you, Real, about that whole discussion about alpha males. Does it really exist? And your business relationships. You're loyal in your business relationships, making sure that you operate with integrity, you operate with standards, with values, with conviction within your business relationships. You're not just trying to get ahead and get rich off of other people. You're loyal even in your business relationships. Tendencies of an alpha male, characteristics of a true alpha male. Two more. And these are just the beginning. We can go on and on. All right. But what I'm trying to do is broaden the discussion about what it really means to be an alpha male according to the definition of those out there. And when we look at what the term alpha mean and how it relates to other species, this is what we get. This is actually what we get. So it's not us coming up. We should not be coming up with our own ideas about what makes an alpha male, because it will always be subjective and make us look better than we ought to, or we should. But 9. All right, so let's go real recap. Number 1, the prerequisite. If you're not a leader of a pack, family, community, or tribe, you're not an alpha male. That takes you out of the discussion automatically. 2, you're a provider. 3, you're a protector. 4, you're a hunter, not for your benefit, but for the benefit of the pack. 5, you're confident. 6, you practice self-control. 7, you're knowledgeable, which means that you're well-read, critical thinker, you're a strategist. Doesn't mean that you have a whole bunch of degrees. It just means that you know and willing to learn. Okay. 8, loyal in relationships, whether it's romantic, familial, phileo, like friends and brotherhood type of relationships, or business. Number 9, you're persistent. You don't quit that easy. Alphas don't quit easy. They keep pressing through. They keep moving forward so that they could achieve. And when they look to achieve, they look to achieve for the benefit of the community, the benefit of the pack. Remember, alphas consider the pack. Alphas always has the pack in the back of their mind. Even if they're getting for themselves, they're also looking to get for the pack. I'm part of this organization called My Brother's Keeper. It was started by President Barack Obama, where we mentor young men of color. And there's a saying that we have. I lift as I climb, which means that as I'm climbing up, whatever ladder of success that I'm climbing up, I am looking to bring people with me. And if I have to, I will lift them up with me as I climb until they get their bearing and they're able to climb themselves. What's up, Logic? Thank you so much for coming through. I lift as I climb. Okay. They're persistent. They want to be successful. But when they look for success, it's not just for them. It's not so that they can look like a success, but that their community looks like a success. Listen, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's a nugget. Another one. Another one. All right. They're persistent. Nothing will stand in their way. They will, if it benefits them and the community, they will do whatever it takes. They won't let failures define them or keep them down. They would step on the head of failure and use that failure as a catapult to get ahead. They're persistent. Alphas are persistent. Okay. Which leads me to my last point. It's not the final point, but it'll be my final point for today. And you guys can continue the conversation. Okay. The last point is alphas are community-minded individuals. Community-minded individuals. They consider the community. They consider their pack. They consider their tribe. If you are in life, operating through life, just looking to get ahead, just looking to be important, just looking for people to acknowledge you, just you, for your own benefit, say you look good, you're not an alpha. Alphas in every single species look out for the betterment of the pack. It just seems like in discussions of alpha, as it pertains to humans, it seems extremely self-centered and self-seeking. Why is that? True alphas seek the benefit of the pack. Period. I'm a man, so I don't do that whole period with the T at the end. It's period with a D at the end. Right? Hold on one second. I'm about to drop the number if anybody want to call in and share their thoughts. I got this from my brother Logic. And for this portion, I'm gonna have to put my headphones in so that I can hear you guys, because if I don't have this and you call in, I won't be able to hear you. Thank you. They think about the collective. Yes. Yes, Logic. And that's the thing. A lot of the discussion today about alpha male seems to be self-centered. So let's talk about the collective, what's best for the community. And it's not like I'm saying completely absolve yourself from benefiting from it. No, I lift as I climb. I'm trying to be successful, but I'm also trying to get others to be successful with me. That's what it's about. All right. I just dropped that number. If anybody wanted to call in and share their thoughts on the topic, you're more than welcome to. Even if nobody shares the topic and calls in, that's fine too. But yeah, man, this is a dope topic, and there's a huge movement out there with this whole alpha male, alpha mentality, and I get it. But does it really exist among humans? Right? Does it really, really, really exist among humans? And if it does, who is the person who defines that? Got a call coming through. See if this works. Hello.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, yo. What's going on, bro?
What's up? What's up? This real talk. Hey, I ain't got nothing to add to that. All I'm gonna say is, bro, you're gonna piss a lot of these dudes off.
I agree.
And I'm gonna tell you what.
Yeah.
I said I'm gonna do a video on this. I'm gonna download this, do a video on it. If you didn't piss them off enough, best believe I'm gonna really piss them off. So just be prepared.
All right, let's do it. The thing is, we have to, like, because I think both of us have this in mind, that we want men to be men.
Right.
Right. And a lot of men out there that have aligned themselves with the manosphere, and I get why they're doing it. And I can see the potential benefits of it, but at this specific point, it's not them showing any kind of manly characteristics, or it's like, dag, bro, like, come on, man, like, just be men, Like, why you have to always align with somebody else?
No doubt. They pretty much having one other man speak for them, and that makes you an alpha because you letting another man speak for you.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. And that's my point. Like, how, if they align with this alpha mentality, right? Then if you are automatically aligning yourself with another man, then aren't you that man's beta?
Exactly.
You know? So,
I mean, that's according to their definition.
Yeah.
Of it. So I mean, they really grabbed their own sword and they fell on it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
True. I know somebody's calling through. As soon as this call is done, they can call back. All right, because I want to make sure I get you who's calling. I don't know who's calling. I don't have it like caller ID, but we'll get you. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. But man, I just wanted to come through and show you some love, man. Hey, you ain't speaking nothing but the truth in this life, for real.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that I start a conversation, like, because my thing is, I'm not here to try to insult anybody. I just want people to think critically about whatever it is that they align themselves with, and that's it. You know?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, like I just see it differently. Like, alpha is not just a behavior; it's who you are. You don't act like an alpha, if according to the definition, because I can understand why they have this specific definition for alpha males, but then that's not something that you call yourself. That's something that everybody else calls you. Like, if you are an alpha male, again, the pack acknowledges you as an alpha male. You don't acknowledge yourself as an alpha male. You just don't do that. Like, I'm going to be the leader of this pack. Nah, bro. Like, you're not leading me. Like, that's what it is. So if you are if you are an alpha, according to their definition, all right, if you are an alpha, then the pack has to acknowledge you and confirm you as the alpha. Otherwise, you're just talking smoke.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're an alpha, I mean, an alpha cannot lead other alphas. That's just that's not what it is. An alpha got to lead a bunch of betas. You see what I'm saying? So if one's an alpha, pretty much everybody else who's following this person, they have to say that they're betas. You understand? So
Agreed. Yeah, but this is a continued conversation. I'm pretty sure it's going to keep going, and it should, especially among men. No disrespect to the women in the chat, but this is definitely something that men need to get together and unpack. So I'm not saying that women can't be, no, I'm going to say it. Women should, at this specific moment, should not be a part of the conversation.
Right.
They shouldn't. And I'm going to say it. But they can listen and learn. They can add, certain, comments. But when it comes to defining it, men need to be on the forefront of this to expose the inconsistencies within the argument of being an alpha. And that's one huge inconsistency. Because if you are following another man and you're calling yourself an alpha and you don't have a pack of your own, you're not really an alpha. It's more than it has to be more than a mentality. It has to be more than you telling yourself you're an alpha. And that's how I see it.
Exactly, man. But shout out to you. I'm going to step down, man. Let you keep doing your thing.
My brother, thank you so much.
Much love and respect to Harrison Family Vlogs, man. Hey, y'all check this brother out for real.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you too, bro. Peace. All right. Anyone else that want to call in? You're more than welcome to. Now's the time. I'm going to drop it in the chat again. I got a caller. Hopefully, let me see. Swipe up to answer. Hello.
How you doing? These folks should be blowing up right now. I don't know what's bro.
Logic. What's up, bro? How's it going?
What's going on, man?
I'm good. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no. Good topic. You know what I'm saying? And then, man, it's crazy. I was talking about this the other day. And I was talking with my my homeboy, and I was trying to introduce him to the battle of the sexes, right?
Yeah.
And his whole thing was he told me that, you know what, the battle of the sexes will always be like that. Mm-hmm. And he explained it to me, this concept, because the men on the panel, we worry about the collective of men and women and kids.
Agreed.
On battle of the sexes, the women only worry about the women. Mm-hmm. So, and like I said, and I understand how women would do that. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't think like that. They don't think for the collective. Yeah. They always think just, hey, well, for the women. I don't know if you remember when Ice Cube had went and talked to Lisa Ray.
Yep.
About the collective bargaining agreement with Black America, whatever he had.
With Trump, yeah. Yep.
You remember the women was like, hey, look.
What about the women?
We don't give two craps about that. Really. What about what's in that agreement for the women? And then for the sake of they couldn't even understand that, hey, you are Black. You know what I'm saying?
This is for you too.
You want to break it down so you will fall in this agreement because you are Black. Mm-hmm. But see, they wanted to isolate themselves. Mm-hmm. They don't think for the collective. They think individually for women, and then they put that on they thing where you'll get a Black man up there. The Black men want to think about, okay, let's think about the Black race. And then, you know what I'm saying, everything else will fall under the Black race. Mm-hmm. So that'll let you know, like you can see Ice Cube is an alpha. Yeah. Because he could have did something, will say, you know what, I just want to care about the young Black men on the streets. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then that's what we closely identify with. Yeah. But he didn't do that. He said, let's talk about the collective.
That's a good example. Like Ice Cube and Alpha. Yeah, that's a good example.
Mm. Yeah, and even some of these men too, though. You got men out here now that what they do is they going out for the collective of Black men. Mm-hmm. They're doing the same thing that these women do. Yeah. Yep. So they not, you know what I'm saying? They don't get a pass, but you see how I just did that? Yeah. I'm going to call out men and women equally. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Because I understand it's a collective thing that we need to start understanding.
Yeah. Happy New Year, Silent Assassin, to you too. And I think that what you just brought up is a good point because, and ladies, you may get upset about this, but it is what it is. For a long time, up until today, and it's going to be this way for a little while, women have a difficult time holding each other accountable to certain things, right? Because they don't want to bring the Black woman down. So they won't speak negatively against a specific topic because it's going to make it look like they're not together or they're not in one accord, right? What I'm starting to see happening is men, especially in what I've just uncovered, this whole culture of the manosphere on social media, they're starting to do the same thing, and they're aligning with everything and not like picking what just isn't beneficial. And I think that when men start to do that, it's going to become extremely dangerous and toxic for both male and females alike.
But I'm asking you this though.
Yeah.
But what do you do in the society that we got now, and especially in the Black community, where it's wrong to call out a woman? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a woman really in the Black community, they almost untouchable. You know what I'm saying? I didn't seen it to where a woman could get on a panel and call a Black man 30 bitches, right? I'm sorry, excuse my language, but they'll call them out their name, right?
Yep.
That man can say one thing to him, and it's an outrage.
Yep.
And is that the Black manosphere would, you know what I'm saying, do go share and all that kind of stuff like that?
Yeah.
Do I think I think they producing the same thing that they fight against.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, which way is women gonna start seeing that? This, you know what I'm saying? Do you sit back and you just say you try to plead with them, you want to have conversations with them, and then they don't still produce that same thing, or you start producing that same energy? So now Black women should say, "Oh wait, so this whole Black manosphere energy that's being produced, is that the same energy that we've been producing for the last 10 years? Then now you come to a collective and change that whole energy. But you can't talk upon it if you got multiple platforms that's doing the same thing, that's been doing it longer than the Black manosphere been doing.
True. Great points. Yeah, it's like, so where do we go from here? You know, like where do we go from here?
I'm telling you, you're my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Share, bro.
I think it's gonna get to the point where the Black manosphere, like I said, and I'm gonna say this, it needs to exist. Yeah. Because women need to see how they've been for so long. So without this existing, women won't see it. So
you're saying like it's like a mirror at this point. This thing is created as a mirror. Like this is how you've been, and now we're at a point now where we have to be this way, and now you don't like it. This is you.
Yes.
So I get it.
Yes. And if you want to be honest, both groups have great talking points. But the thing is that if you had one side that's been talking longer and louder, then they will have that ability to sit here and blame everything on the opposite side.
That's money right there.
What they did is they're the reason the Black manosphere was created, because they blamed the Black man for everything, and they wasn't, like I told the women on the Battle of the Sexes, if women called it straight on their platforms, there would be no need for the Black manosphere
at all. I agree. And the thing is, so I think, you're definitely right. This is definitely a response, because media, social media and TV media has protected the Black woman for a very long time from ridicule, from criticism, from all of that, to the point where many Black women feel free to criticize other demographics. But then the one time somebody criticizes them, then they get pounced on.
All hell will break loose.
Yeah, I see that. But the thing is, that's a fact though. That's true, right? And it's not even just it's empirical, it's anecdotal, it's all of that. Like whatever evidence that you can collect, it points to that. So,
you know what's crazy, Harrison?
Yeah,
Black women are some of the most boisterous people. They voice their opinion. On everything, and probably in the world, right?
Yeah.
And it just because Kevin Samuel said somebody, you know what I'm saying, he felt that she was a 5 at best, right? See, Black women ain't used to people calling it straight.
Yeah.
So now that's a shock to them because you can't tell a black woman she needs to go to the gym. You can't tell a black woman that, you know what I'm saying, that she's hanging out with dope boys.
Yeah.
You can't tell a black woman that it's bad to be a thought. Or if actually, to be honest with you, black women make stuff trendy. You know what I'm saying? It became trendy to be a thought. It became okay to be a prostitute.
Yeah.
It became okay to have multiple sex partners. You see what I'm saying? They made this not for the black man. They made this for the black woman.
Yeah.
So now it's they taking the same stuff that black women condone, and the black manosphere is throwing that back in their face. And now they looking in that mirror, just like you said, and they don't like what they see.
Yeah.
So instead of changing the behavior with an alpha mentality, they're not going to do that. They're not going to think of the collect. They're not going to think of, okay, well, is these guys right? Did what we've been doing for the last years produce this black manosphere?
Yeah.
See, they still thinking separate. So that gonna lead to my whole statement that I think it's gonna go on for a while. It's not gonna end.
So, but then, but here's the thing though. Now what we're trying to do is establish or add definition and context to what it means to be an alpha. So here's the thing now, when it comes to manosphere, right? Is that if the manosphere was created, and I'm not coming against them, so please, like, I don't want to be out, people thinking I'm coming against them. Just I have to think critically about this. If the manosphere was created in response to the narrative of black women and them behaving that way, like it was created in response to that, is that an alpha move? Is that an alpha male move to create a manosphere in response to the black women's, what they deem, negative?
So I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I don't know all that's in black manosphere.
Yeah.
But like, well, I can give you a comparison. I don't know if you know. Do you know Duke O'Shea?
Yeah, I just read. Well, see, here's the thing. He's been coming up on my timeline too lately, and he's entertaining. I think he's funny.
Yeah. So what Duke O'Shea is, right? It's what we're defining as an alpha move. Just because he call out women, doesn't mean that men are exempt. Yeah.
See, and that's the thing. That's my thing about this. And here's the thing about Kevin Samuels. Well, Kevin Samuels, men aren't exempt.
Yes.
So like when I shared that video about Kevin Samuels, not speaking for all men, it was to just let people know that there are men out there that can speak for themselves. They may listen to Kevin Samuels or people like him and say, I can get with that point. I can get with that point. But he still doesn't speak for me. I speak for myself. That was pretty much all it was, right? And then lately I've been seeing videos about alpha male, and I'm like, wow, okay, there's a discussion even about being an alpha male. So what does that look like? And I got into looking at videos and researching that, and that's where O'Shea Dukes came in and a few other people. That's where I learned about the manosphere. I didn't know about it up until 3-4 weeks ago.
Yes. So. But if you look, you'll see a difference in the Duke O'Shea. You know what I'm saying? He discussed collectively. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He called the black men he called them Pookie and Ray Ray. Yeah. So he discussed, you know what I'm saying? He discussed it collectively. Now it is black men out here that do not call it straight. And then I'm gonna be the first one to tell you that they don't call it straight, and I call them out. But see, this is one thing that I want to pose this to the black manosphere. This same question right here. Yeah. To the black manosphere, to all these different platforms, right? They say they don't want alpha females. Correct? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So now, is it because females are not alphas is why they doing what they're doing? Let's be honest. Yeah. See, alpha looks out for the collective, right? Yeah, true. Everything else look out for self, right? True. Yep. So now, it's a woman role to look out for themselves and their kids. So you know what I'm saying? And then that's what most of these platforms are. Just stay there real quick about that, because then that would by definition make them betas. Now here's the thing about betas and what people and I have to relate it to the wolf. Beta is the general. The beta is actually the one that keeps everybody else in check for the alpha. If the beta doesn't have an alpha,
That doesn't make the beta the alpha. It just makes them an unguided beta.
Well,
No, but if you look at if you study wolves, right? That's what it is. All right. And there's some wolf packs where the beta is the beta for life, right? And the beta, even if after the alpha is dead, that beta doesn't automatically step into the alpha position in some cases. Another alpha will rise up and that beta will stay in its place.
Yes, he would stay in this position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The natural order.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. So like the thing is I don't want to say, well, I said on live, right? Because I had this conversation with the Battle of the Sexes women, right?
Yeah.
And I would say, I expect for you to protect women. You know what I'm saying? That's my expectation of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you'll prove right all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I would never be mad at you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have an alpha on the scene and we're talking about calling it straight, then therefore you should call it straight.
Period.
If y'all was therefore around each other, you know what I'm saying? I expect y'all to do what y'all do.
Yes.
But if I'm saying here and I'm sitting here and I'm saying I'm talking for the collective, let's call it straight, then therefore I maintain my role as an alpha. And I'm saying we need to call it straight. So that means you need to, you know what I'm saying? Cut the shit.
Yeah.
That's all. That's my point.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
And that's what happened. So like I said, the thing is I don't think these Black Manosphere channels look at it like that.
Got you.
That if you say these women supposed to be betas, and then by natural order they supposed to be betas, you say you don't want an alpha woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't they doing exactly what they supposed to do?
Yeah.
Now have the conversations with them about that.
Yeah. And now all you need to do is be the alpha and watch the beta take their place.
And everything will fall into order.
I like that.
Yes.
That's a bar. That's a bar. That's a bar.
There is. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with kids and where people don't see. This is the problem when you don't talk about it from a collective perspective, right? Because if everything don't fall into order, you're gonna have misguided men, you're gonna have misguided women, and you're gonna have misguided youth.
Yes.
So this is our whole problem. And then the thing is that we would do what's naturally, you know what I'm saying, we're naturally built to do. And then every man is not designed to be an alpha. We understand that.
Yep.
But every man is designed to have a role, just like every woman is designed to have a role.
Yes.
And then we need to expect that of them.
Yes.
And that's it. But a lot of times you will see this is the biggest problem. And I'm gonna say this. A lot of women will pull up beta males and dress them as alphas.
Yep.
But
yep.
Throughout the conversation, you would tell that they are still beta males.
Yeah.
Throughout the conversation, you would tell that it's beta males. And then this is another thing. If you look at somebody on a, like if you look at the Battle of the Sexes coming, I hate to keep bringing up the Battle of the Sexes though.
Yeah, no,
and you will see that a lot of times they'd be like, well, why are the men leading the conversation? You know what I'm saying? And you'll have stuff like that. See, because these women is not used to having alpha males around.
Yeah.
They want, you know what I'm saying? They want all the, you know what I'm saying, all the kind of crazy stuff. And then even when, what's up, bro? Even when the women attempt to be alpha male, it just don't seems right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It feels off. It does feel off.
It's out of place.
Yeah.
But I got off the phone, man. Let somebody else call it. Now be tuning in.
All right. I'll see because I'm about to. Oh, thanks so much, Logic. Appreciate it.
All right.
Oh, I got somebody calling in. All right. Hello.
Hey, Harrison. This is Andrea.
Hey, how you doing? Wait, say who this again?
Andrea.
Andrea, what's up, sis?
What's up?
How you
Okay,
doing?
so I just got one thing. I agree with everything you said. Okay,
Yeah.
But Black women do hold each other accountable. Okay, we just don't hold each other accountable on front of camera, but we talk to each other behind the camera. We say, "Hey, sis, don't do that again. Hey, sis,
Hey, girl, you know you're wrong.
You know you're wrong." We do talk to each other. Okay,
Yeah.
we just don't do it in front of company that we don't know. How about that?
Yeah. Wait, hold up. What's up, Mona Cole? Thank you so much for coming through. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So they don't check each other in front of people, but they'll pull each other's coat on the side and say, "Listen, lady, sister, you were off there." Like you.
Yes, I have 3 girlfriends right now will call me and say, "Dre, you tripping today? You going through something? What's going on? Take a break, take a time out, take a nap."
Yeah.
Okay, I got sisters who gonna do that for me. So we ain't gonna front each other out or confront each other in front of company that we don't know.
So here's my question to you, Andrea.
Okay.
If you're not willing to confront it, if they exhibit that behavior that needs to be checked publicly, and you're not willing to address it publicly but privately, what's going to stop them from keeping up that behavior publicly if they're not addressed publicly about it?
Let me tell you something. Well, I'm a black woman. Okay, let's keep it 100.
Yes.
Don't come in front. Don't come in no company that we don't know and confront me, because you might get the KK Andrea, my alter ego. Okay. Now you gonna pull me to the side, sis. You know it was wrong. You know you're doing wrong. Come on, let's do better. Yeah. Yes, I'm a respect you, and I'm gonna hear you more. But you come at me on a public platform and calling me out. You getting to fight in me. It's time to go to war.
All right,
I'm keeping it 100.
All right, I hear you. All right,
I'm just saying what we say to some of y'all guys. It's not how you say it; it's what you say and when you say it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm just saying.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sis.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bye.
That was Andrea. It's all hot air. Thank you so much for coming through. All right, I'm about to end this conversation now. Me and my son, my wife is actually hanging out with her mother today for her birthday, and I'm gonna go hang out with my son for a little bit. But great conversation. In closing, I'm not sure what's gonna come out with this video, but I do want to share my heart real quick. Some people may say that the latest videos I've been doing is in response to Kevin Samuels and the algorithm and all that stuff. And I'm not going to say that's entirely false. Everybody on YouTube is trying to strategically learn the algorithm and let the algorithm work for themselves. And he talked about a topic that is near and dear to me, so I was able to respond to it. I didn't just come out of the blue and start talking about my feelings about what he's been saying and what he's been doing. This is work that I've been doing for years. Mentoring for years. Since 1999, I've been mentoring young people, and even started an organization called The Roll Call, where we promote responsibility, opportunity, leadership, and education. I started this back in 2012, and it's still going today. So I'm not really new to this. What I don't pretend is to be an expert in it. I'm a learner, and whatever I learn, that information I disseminate to the people that I can influence. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It just so happens that a video came out, a person has been elevated to a specific place, and the algorithm seemed to like it, and I jumped on it. I'm not gonna lie, it is what it is. That's what everybody does. But trust me on this, I'm not doing it just so that I can get clout or that I can get views. I really am doing it to try to educate. I think there's a space for the manosphere and for individuals like O'Shea Dukes and Kevin Samuels and Derek Jackson and Stefan Speaks and there's space for that. Just understand this: don't align with any one of them. Take whatever information that can benefit you, but if you know it's toxic, acknowledge it and spit out those bones. That's what it means to be a man. Period. All right, guys, I'm done. Yeah. Hitting my mic. I'm done. That's it. I'm going to call it a show. Thank you so much for watching. Listen, if you're not done so, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification. This coming Tuesday, I will be doing a live stream on a new channel that I'm starting called the Iron Men Podcast. Let me see if I can get that up for you guys. I'm gonna share the link. If you guys can go there, subscribe. Brand new, like I have like 7 subscribers right now, and I know it's kind of exciting because hold on. It's kind of exciting because like I'm starting this brand new, like this is like brand new. Like this channel it's going on 1,300 subscribers. This channel I'm sharing with you guys right now only has 7. So I'm starting this from scratch, and I'm hoping to build it up and just be an encouragement to men. It does have like a biblical approach to it, but what we're going to be talking about there is going to be relatable to all men, period. And this is a podcast for men, to uplift men, to just encourage men to be men, all right? Masculine, beneficial men in society. So check it out. Going live this coming Tuesday. All right. Thanks so much. Real appreciate it. And I'm going to call it a day. I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. My mother left a smiley face. Thank you so much, Mom, for listening in. And for everybody that joined in, man, I appreciate it. To the callers, Logic, Real Talk 87, and Andrea, thank you so much for your input. And until the next conversation, in fact, until tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. on Candidly V's channel, The Battle of the Sexes, I'm going to call it a night. God bless, and I'm out. Peace.